Hello, good morning. This is Diecast Luna. Hope you're all doing well. And today we're going to take a look at another piece from the Oxford Diecast in 1 43rd scale. And we're going to be taking a look at the 1967 Ford Cortina Mark II 1500 GT Crayford convertible. That is a mouthful. So we'll just take a quick look at the box before we remove it. And there it is. Oxford Automobile Company in 1 43rd scale. Quite a plain box, but that does not matter. A little bit of detail on the bottom. We've got Ford Cortina Mark II Crayford convertible mink, blue mink. I think that says blue mink. Yeah, blue mink. And you've got some Ford licensing going on there. But anyway, just before we remove it, a little bit of information on the Mark II. The second incarnation of the Cortina was designed by Roy Hayes and launched on the 18th of October 1966, and I do believe it was 4 years after the first car, after the Mark I. Anyway, with that being said, we will now take a look at it in more detail. So we just take off this outer wrapper, and you've got these quite robust, nice large acrylic cases. Let's just move my camera back a little bit. As you can see, and the tops pop off quite nicely. But before we look at the car properly, I will just remove it from its plinth, because it's always better to look at the car on its wheels. So just 2 seconds, and there it is, all out. And it is very, very nice, very, very nicely done. Did I just start? So there's the front, and I take it the C stands for Crayford, and as you can see, it's got a really nice clear front number plate in the colours it would have been back in the 60s, which I believe over in this country that they were black and either white lettering or black and silver lettering on the front, and I believe the back, oh, it's the same, but it looks right. But anyway, back to the front, and like I said, the grille, if I can get my camera to sort its life out, is spot on. You've got lovely lens lights. It looks like they've got like a simulated bulb in there. Now I don't know if that's because they're glued or if they're pegged, I'm not quite sure, but whatever they've done, it makes the lights look really authentic. And you can see that the grille is slatted, and you can see like some sort of black wash that's been applied to give it more depth and realism. And obviously you've got some air vents there under the front valance, and you have got separate piece windscreen wipers, a raised door handle. I believe that says Ford down there, but it's very small, and I haven't got the magnifying glass to hand to look. Nice pinstripe down the side, and I think that's the GT badge. And again on the back, again a very nicely done plate, separate plastic bumper, obviously real lights, not painted. Again the GT badge, it says Crayford Cortina. This is an awesome little car, and again the same on this side. The wheels look like they would have been something that looks like, now I'm not sure what the wheels are, to be perfectly honest, but what I mean by that is they most likely were steel wheels with hubcaps. It looks like to me, but I don't know for sure. But look at that paintwork glisten. Like I said, this is a very nicely done model, and the interior is very, very nice too. As you can see, you've got the more of a sportier wheel, being the fact it's the GT. It looks like you've got a gauge pack at the top of the dash there. Got the old-fashioned air intakes there, or air vents. Very, very cool. You see the ashtray, the glove box. And I can actually see the gauges. You can see the clusters. You can actually see a ring around the clusters, and you can even make out the gauges have. You can see numbers, and I can even see a touch of red on the left-hand side one. Very, very well done. You can see you've got the hand crank for the window, the door opener, gear stick. Very, very nicely done cars. Very, very nicely done. And then the underneath is plain. Just says Oxford, Ford Cortina Mark II, Crayford convertible. They are rubber tyres with the tread pattern, which is pretty cool. Exhaust is there. I mean, like I said before, with these, they spend 90% of their lives on the shelves, or you know, in your glass display, or wherever you display it, or in an acrylic case. So you know, you don't need it to have a really detailed bottom. And like I said, these are, I'm very impressed with these models. You know, I paid about £20 a go for these models, but mainly because my friend owns the shop, and and he is actually a friend. It's not just somebody that I call a friend. He is actually my friend. We have many chats and cups of tea and talk about cars and diecast. I'm very lucky. Only problem with my friend's shop is he doesn't do 1/64 scale, but he does everything else. And these retail usually for about £30 a go. So he usually takes off some money. And like I said, I've just recently bought 4 models off him in 1/43 scale, and I will be buying some more. I'm actually looking at buying some Matrix models, which don't know much about. Apparently, he tells me they're like the more of a top end brand, so that should be interesting. But anyway, back to the car. As I've gone off the track a little bit there, you can see some more detail. You can see what looks like part of the roof mechanism there by the back, where the back door would be if this was a 4-door, about there. But anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed this car. It is a very, very nice car. I do love Cortinas a lot. The Mark 1's lovely. The Mark 2's lovely. I am hoping to order a Mark 3, because that is the car that I remember the most as a kid, as my father drove several Mark 3s, and I've even owned and driven a Mark 3 myself many years ago. So that hopefully be on the horizon soon. And stay tuned for tomorrow, because tomorrow we will be taking I'll just show again this very quickly. This Austin Healey, which isn't the normal Austin Healey, it is the race edition. So this is not the normal Austin Healey. But anyway, it's enough of that, because that's for tomorrow. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And again, thank you to all my last bunch of subscribers. It's very much appreciated for your support. And I will see you all very soon.